Hello again, VC. Mark again. This has been my second video this week. The reason I'm doing two videos is because I didn't get a chance to do one last week, and I may not get a chance to do one next week, so there I am again. So I didn't do one last week because myself and my wife had a week off work together, and we went away a couple of days just walking around the Peak District. We stayed in a pub just outside a place called Ashburn on the Derby side of the Peak District. When we went there, we actually got there, we couldn't check in till 3, and we got there about sort of 1ish, so we had a couple of hours to walk around Ashburn and just get something to eat. And there's some charity shops there, so I'm going to go over some things that I found in the charity shops in Ashburn, plus some things that I found in my local charity shop yesterday. I've had quite a good week actually in charity shops. But I'm going to start off though with the record that this wasn't from a charity shop. This was a few weeks back. Myself, my wife, one of my daughters, we went for a drive out up to a place called Bygone Times outside Chorley in Lancashire. If you're from Lancashire area or from Manchester, you may know it. If you don't, it's well worth a look in. It's called Bygone Times. It's in this huge warehouse of antiques and antique stalls. Anything there from antique furniture, antique toys, magazines, and records. There's about 3 main record stalls in there, but there's also like a lot of smaller units, and in each of those smaller units, it's all like all sorts in there, like books, magazines, and there's usually like 1 or 2 boxes that are full of random records as well. So there's quite a lot of records there to look through, and I found a few actually, but the one I was most pleased to find was this one, and this was the first volume of Metal for Mothers, and this was put out right in the just around the time of the whole new wave of British heavy metal thing, and there's a DJ called Neil Kay that was really it was basically really up in the cause for new bands of British heavy metal and doing his best to publicise them. And I think he was partly responsible for putting this compilation album together. And the reason I was pleased to find this, there was 2 really early versions of 2 Iron Maiden tracks, Sanctuary and Rothschild, and these were 2 early demo versions, so neither of these appeared on the singles that eventually released. So I was really pleased to hear these early versions of both those 2 tunes. So yeah, really pleased to find that. It's in really good condition as well. Again, the only thing with Bygone Times, obviously, these a lot, the dealers there, so you're not that likely to come across the real bargains. But there is some interesting stuff there as well. So I'm dressed as someone I'm going to go through now. These were found in charity shops, either in Ashbourne or my local charity shop. I'm going to start my local charity shop actually. There's one that we was, I go all over in charity shops, but where I live, it's about a 6-mile circular route, and there's about 7 or 8 charity shops that you can take in by doing this circular route. And my daughter wanted to go to, it was Haberdashery's just in Bolton. Like she likes to make her own clothes, dresses, and obviously. And anyway, she got there to get some material, and on the way there, it's part of my little kind of circular journey. And so I said, well, yeah, we'll go, but I'll do these charity shops on the way. And there's one that I go in at least a couple of times a month, but it's been a long time since I found anything in there. And when I go on this circular, I'm always tempted to miss this one charity shop out, but then you're thinking, well, I can't, because there might be something that was dropped off there this morning. I won't know unless I go, and if I don't go, I might miss it. And of course, it never works out that way. There's no anything in there. But on this particular day, I thought, well, yeah, I'm going to pop in there on the way. And again, I went to where the records was. There was nothing in there, or certainly nothing new, nothing I'd not already seen. But on the counter, there was 3 or 4 singles. And the singles in this shop, they're 20p each. And they looked all right. I haven't heard of any of them, but they looked in mint condition. And I thought, 20p each, I'll just grab them, pay for them, then check them out when I get home. So I brought them home. One of them I actually had heard of. It was a free compilation. In fact, I'll show you. It was a Kerrang compilation that would have come with Kerrang magazine sometime. Early 90s, I think it was. The other 2 there was this one, Toy Heroes. Again, I've never heard of them. I've looked on YouTube. There's a brief live video. They're like a kind of boy rock band, similar to like sort of McFly, that kind of thing. It's on that nice blue vinyl that kind of took my fancy. The third one, again, these were 20p each. The third one was Farside Yamama. Now again, I'd never heard of Farside. I'm sure people out there may have done it. It was like late 80s, early 90s hip hop. Not really my kind of thing, but again, the cover just took my fancy. really good condition. The vinyl itself is in fantastic condition. This was originally released in '93. It's been reissued twice since then, in 2000 and I think it's 2012 and 2016. But this is the original 1993 release. And the last time one of these sold on Discogs, it went for 50 quid. So I paid 20p for it. So I thought, that's a result. You know, again, not a band I'm familiar with, but it's not a bad investment. So yeah, then this one, again, there's, this was underlined by, it was a band that I had heard of, but I'd never heard anything by them, Man or Astro Man. And again, I bought this purely because, well, for two reasons. First, the cover. I really like that cover, that just really kind of grabbed my attention. And also the fact it's a 10-inch. I've not got a lot of 10-inch vinyl, so I'm kind of trying to build up my collection of 10-inch vinyl. I think I've got about a dozen now. So I saw this, and I thought, yeah, I'll just make sure the record's in decent condition, took the vinyl out, and it's on this, I'm not sure if you describe that as a silver vinyl or just kind of dirty grey vinyl, but either way, it's let's go with silver. So it's on silver vinyl, and this is, it's a 33 RPM, so it's like it's basically a 10-inch album, I guess. But yeah, really good stuff. I've cleaned it up and played it, and I really do like what I heard. Again, it's a band that I've heard of, but it's a band that I'll definitely be trying to find more of. Man or Astro Man, it's really good. Your Weight on the Moon, it's called. So yeah, really pleased with that. Next up, again, is in the same batch, another 10-inch single. Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms. I had this album, and I had there's recently, is it 2019 remastered version, so it's put out on 180 gram vinyl. It's really good. But yeah, I saw the single for it. I thought, yeah, again, I'm trying to build up my 10-inch singles collection, so that's quite a nice addition to it. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Next up, Hanoi Rocks. Again, this is Dead by Christmas. Hanoi Rocks are those bands that I don't know why I've never had any Hanoi Rocks, but I've always liked what I've heard, but I've never, until I got this, I've never owned any Hanoi Rocks on vinyl. So I was really pleased to find this. It's a combination, it's a compilation album, some of it's live material. It's 2 discs. Again, I think the side 3 has a scratch across the first track. But other than that, they're in really good condition. So I was quite pleased to find that. It's Hanoi Rocks. Next up, a bit of early 80s soft rock, Air Supply. Yeah, not a band I'm massively into, but I do like All That Love. I've not had a chance to play this yet, actually, so hopefully I'll give it a listen, see what I think. But again, I think I only paid £2 for it, so even I don't like it, I'm not bothered, to be honest, but yeah, I'll give that a proper listen when I get a chance. This next one, I was really, this, of all the ones I found, this was the one that I was most pleased to find. This is the Lord of the Rings soundtrack. And when I saw this, I thought, oh wow, that's the the film from the 90s, the first film. But it's not, I don't know if anyone remembers, but in the late 70s, 1978, 79, there was the animated feature-length film of Lord of the Rings that was put out. And it consisted of, I think he did the first book, I think he went about halfway through the second book. But they never finished it. They was due to do the second film, to complete the story. But I think the budget for this film, I think the money went so far over budget that they just simply didn't bother doing the second one. But yeah, I was really pleased to find this. It's a soundtrack to the 1970s animated film. If you get the chance to watch it, it's well worth it. I didn't watch it when it came out, but my brother really got into Lord of the Rings, and I think it's through my brother that we ended up becoming aware of this film version. Then I think he actually got the VHS. This is about 30, 40 years ago. So I watched it probably in the early 80s. But yeah, really good. So I was really pleased to find that. Really good condition as well. Next up, Simple Minds. This is a band that, like in the 80s, this was a band that obviously I was aware of. They were always on the radio, but it was a band that there was a lot of pop music that I kind of, not ignored, just didn't really pay real attention to. I suppose that's ignored. That's the definition of ignored, really, isn't it? Yeah, that kind of ignored in the 80s. Me and my friends were all into like going out there and going out to Jilly's Rock weekends and swapping Dandruff to Metallica, Motorhead, Iron Maiden, whatever else. So there's a lot of pop music that kind of just went by the by. But in recent years, I've kind of gone back to it and revisited and thought, you know what, there's some really good stuff out there, including Simple Minds. I've actually got a decent Simple Minds collection now, all of which has come from charity shops. So this was the one from, I think, 88 or 89, Street Fighting years. Really good album. Again, I've not had a chance to put it all the way through yet, but I know there are 1 or 2 tracks of it, I'm familiar with anyway. So yeah, I was really pleased to find that. Again, in really good condition. And with that, I'm guessing, dropped in by the same person, was Simple Minds Live in the City of Light. So this is, again, it's gatefold with a little booklet, the inside gatefold. So again, that's a welcome addition to my Simple Minds collection. Anything you want to hear is on this one. There's Ghost Dancing, Waterfront, Promise You a Miracle, Alive and Kicking, Don't You Forget About Me. So yeah, I was really pleased to find that. And lastly, last one up, I should say, this was brilliant. Levis Rock. I don't know. I've tried to find. I can't find any information about it. So I'm guessing, obviously, Levi's decided to put the name to a classic kind of rock compilation album. There's nothing on this past 1980, so there's a lot of really good classic rock on this. There's The Birds, Mr. Tambourine Man, Kinks, Dedicated for Fashion, The Stranglers, No More Heroes, XTC, Making Plans for Nigel, The Skids, Into the Valley, Only Ones, Only Girl on the Planet, UFO, You Can Rock Me, Lynyrd Skynyrd, Freebird. I'm not going to go through everything. There's 5 discs on here, and it's all just like really good, hard, classic 70s rock and some punk on here. The thing I like most about this was there's 5 discs, and they were all in really, really grimy, cruddy condition. I don't know where they'd been stored, but they were full of grime and grease and fungus and mold and what have you. But there's no scratches, so they cleaned up really, really, really well. Something mostly one afternoon to do it, but yeah, as you can see, they've come up really pristine. They're like brand new vinyl, absolutely fantastic. There's no spindle marks, none of them look like they've ever been played, to be honest. The box, they've obviously seen better days, which I've kind of reinforced with almost entire roll of sellotape. So yeah, that's really good. Again, paid £3 for that, and it's 5 vinyl, or is it vinyls? Anybody's noticed, but I didn't get the person's name, but he's got a channel called That Vinyl Channel. Have you not seen it? Have a look at it. He's done some really good videos. And apologies if you're watching this and I didn't catch your name, but I did look for your name in the comments, but I couldn't find the person's name. But it's called That Vinyl Channel, and he's addressed the age-old conundrum. Do we say, is the plural for vinyl or vinyls? I mean, before I became an active member of the VC, I was watching other people's videos and reading comments, and I quickly became aware there was this bone of contention about whether the plural for vinyl is vinyl or vinyls. Well, this guy's gone into great detail to come to, he's going to quite a lot of analysis to decide whether it's actually the correct terminology is vinyl or vinyls. And like I say, he kind of lost me 1 or 2 places, but I watched the video to the end. And my eyes have been opened. I've always said vinyl, but now, no, I'm a convert. Watch it if you get a chance. He's offered a really sound argument, logically argued case. And he seems to be a man who's clearly put a lot of thought into it. He's clearly researched it flawlessly. And I would say that, the plural for vinyl is indeed vinyls. So, yeah. So I'll leave you to ponder that point. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye-bye.